Okay. Okay, it's the time to start now. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So I'm going to present the MySQL screen now. Are you able to see this screen? Hello, are you seeing the MySQL screen?
Yes, sir. Screen is visible, sir.
Fine. So I have logged into MySQL and then I'm going to activate my database. The database is none but sales. Use sales. Today's lecture is on joins. When we require the information from more than one table, there are two solutions for doing that. First is join and second is the subqueries. Okay, so our today's focus is on join. To demonstrate these join operations in MySQL, apart from the product table, I'll be using two more tables. Their names are xorder. Why I have given the name xorder instead of order? Because order is the reserved word of MySQL and it cannot be used as a table name. So you can give C order, X order or whatever, but you cannot give the table name as order. So this is why I have chosen the name X order. Another table is uh, customer. So first of all, I'm going to show you the instances of all the tables which are there in my database and which I'll be utilizing for demonstrating the join operations. First of all, I am clearing the screen. Okay. This is our main table. Okay. On which we were operating until now. The another table is customer. There it is. It consists of two fields, C number and C name. There are no common fields between product and customer. But look at this table. X order. Okay. It is sharing the common columns with both the tables. That means the product table and the customer table. C number is common among X order and customer. Similarly, P code is common among product and X order. So always remember to operate with the join operations, we must have certain columns common in the table. Only then we will be able to fetch the information of the corresponding columns from the different tables. For example, customer number 10. If I want to check for which product code the customer number has 10 has ordered. So I will have to switch to this table. Customer number 10 has ordered for P code 1 and 2. Similarly, we can check for other customers as well. So this third table is connected to both the tables, product table as well as the customer table. There any problem? Not at all. Okay, so when tables are related to each other, there are two columns which are common. There are columns which are common in the tables, and in one table the column is referred to as the primary key, while in the other table the common column is referred to as the foreign key. For example, customer number is the primary key in table customer, but it is a foreign key in the table X order. Similarly, P code is the primary key in table product, but it's a foreign key in the table X order. When creating these table, we will have to exclusively specify these things. So have a look how I have created these tables. These are the commands here. Create table customer C number varchar 6 not null primary key. This is the primary key of customer table, and C name is varchar 40. That is the customer name. That stands for customer name. Similarly, X order. In X order table, we are having two foreign keys. One is coming from customer table and another is coming from the product table. So we are going to explicitly specify them. For example, C number varchar 6. This is a column which this X order table is sharing with the customer table. So C number varchar 6 references customer C number. Okay. Similarly, P code is coming from product table. So P code varchar 6 references product P code, and rest of the columns are as shown in the table, but they are not the foreign keys or the primary keys. So this way I have created these tables, and I have given the commands to create these tables in the notes. Okay, just I have given the commands to create the tables and not the command for inserting the data, because I am assuming you are well versed in inserting the rows in tables. So now the first thing, I'm going to explain you the purpose of join. The purpose of join is to collect data, write data from different tables. For example, if I want to know which orders have been placed by customer number 10, I know those orders are for product 1 and 2. Okay, I know the product code, but I don't know the product name. Say I want to list the product name as well, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to join this table with the product table on the product code, and from corresponding those product code, I'll be fetching the product name from the product table. This is just an example. So the first command I'm going to give is a simple join operation. Okay, let's see how this is defined and what it further does. The first command is select C name, P code, and then X order dot quantity X order date dot order date from X order. Join with which product? On what field? P code. On X order dot no product name, product के साथ we are not joining with the product, we are actually joining with customer. C number on which field? Look at the tables. The first table I have used is X order and the second table is customer. Which one is the common column between the two tables? That is none but C number. So we are going to join on C number. So select C name, comma, P code. P code, yeah, it is there in the X order table. Select C name, comma, X order dot P code. X order dot quantity and X order dot date. From X order, join customer on X order dot C number equals to, what's the name of the other table? Customer dot C number. And then enter. This is the result. What it is giving us? It is giving us which order has been placed by a particular customer and in what quantity and on which date. Okay, what it is answering? It is answering which orders. It's not a command, I am just typing for the sake of convenience. Which product code have been asked for by a customer on in what quantity and on which date. Okay, this, the command I just executed is answering this query, and you can easily check how I have joined the two tables to fetch the required information. This is using the join command. Okay, another way of doing the same thing is using the where clause. If you are convenient with using the commands, then fine, you can use it. But if you use your mind, you can easily execute this query using the where clause. See how. Select what are to be selected. C name, from which table it is coming from. C name is coming from the table X order, sorry, from the table customer. Star from this is customer table, and then select star from X order. Fine. Now What is the goal? The goal is to list all the customers who have placed the order for certain P code, and in what quantity and on which date. So let's do it. Select customer dot cname comma xorder dot p code comma xorder dot quantity comma xorder dot order date. From, specify the tables which are involved. Which tables are involved? Customer and xorder. Customer comma xorder. Okay, right? And how this information can be fetched, that we are going to specify in the where clause, where customer dot c number is equal to xorder dot, and we are going to get the same answer. Who is this one? The one who is disturbing in between. We have got the same answer, you would have noticed. Okay, you got this? Hello? You got this?
Yes, sir.
So, join operation can be carried out in two ways. Number one, using the join on command, and the second way is where clause. As far as myself is concerned, I prefer to use the where clause because it is always simple to use the where clause. Plus, with where clause, I exactly know what I am doing. Okay. You would be getting irritated with using the names like customer.cname, xorder.pcode, xorder.quantity, I have to type a lot to specify the full table name and full column name. So what is the solution to avoid this too much typing is to use the table aliases. These are not the column aliases, mind you. Column aliases are different and table aliases are different. Table aliases replace the table name, while column aliases replace the column names. This time we are going to talk about the table aliases. For example, I could write this is the join command I had initially executed. Select cname xorder pcode comma xorder quantity xorder or date from xorder join customer on xorder.c number equals to. We were going to use the table aliases. How to specify the table aliases? Look at this. I want to use the alias C for the customer table, and then I want to use alias O for the order table. From X order, what's the alias we want to use for X order is O. So just put O after the table name. X order O join. What is the aliases we want to use for customer is C. Just put C after the table name. Okay, and then change them accordingly. X order, the alias is O, and for the customer the alias is C. See, we have simplified the typing to a certain extent, and let's see how it executes. It's giving us the same result. We have used the table aliases. That means we have shortened the names of the tables. Okay, I have shown you column aliases use the as clause, right? But table, however, it is optional, but most of the time the column aliases, they use as clause, but table aliases don't use any as clause. We can never use as clause with the table aliases. They are just specified after the table name. With as far as column aliases are concerned, we can use as clause, or we can define them without the as clause. For example, if I want to use the customer name heading for this C.C name, I can use as customer name. Okay, and look at the results. Here customer name is appearing. I have used the as clause this time. I can also specify it with the as without the as clause, like this, and the answer is same. So with column aliases, the as clause is optional. Oof. But with table aliases, we never use the as clause. Keep it in your mind. Okay, can we join more than two tables? Yes, we can. See how this time I'm going to join three tables. And which are those three tables? They are product, customer, and then X order. So what I do, see, select table aliases. One more thing, table aliases could also be used with the where clause. We have executed the join operation using the where clause. Here it is. We can use the table aliases with where command, with where clause as well. So C dot this name, X order, we are using alias O, for customer we are using the alias C. For X order we are using the alias O. So they are to be specified after the table names. And here is the answer. Okay, now we are going to talk about joining the three tables. Look at this command. Select c dot c name, comma p dot p name, comma o dot quantity, comma o dot coordinate, from it should be clear from here. I am using the customer table with the name with the alias C, the product table with the alias P, and the X order table with the alias O. P underscore P name this should be. From X order O, join on, join customer, and the alias is C on O dot C number equals to C dot C number. And now the result is to be joined with the product table on the field P code. So join what's the name of the table? Product, and the alias for this is P on the specification of the common field, that is none but O dot P code equals to P dot P code, and here is the answer. Look at this. What we have done, we have actually joined X order table with the table customer on the field C number, and we have joined the table X order with the table product on P code, and this way we are getting the information who are the customers who are placing orders and for which product and in what quantity on which date. Okay, this is the query this command has answered. We can conveniently execute this command using the where clause. If somebody doesn't feel comfortable with the conventional join command, she can use the where clause. It's very simple to where clause. We just need to tell it which columns we are going to join on. Look at this. Select the select list. I don't change in this command because I will have to otherwise retype them. Select C dot C name, P dot P name, O dot quantity, O dot order date from. There are three tables which are involved. For customer table, X order table, we are using the alias O. For customer table, we are using the alias C, and for product table we are using the alias P, where. Which field is common between X order and customer? That is none but C number. So where C dot O dot C number equals to C dot C number. And which field is common between the table X order and product? That is none but P code. O dot P code equals to C dot unknown column, sorry, P dot P code. P code is coming from the product table, P dot P code, and that's the answer. The answer is same which we had received in the previous join command, right? This is how we can join more than two tables. Now joining on more than two columns. Now joining on more than two columns. Okay, we now proceed further. System. CLS, I am giving this command. Now we are going to use the where clause with the join statement. Okay, say for example, here we have executed the join operation on the three tables. We are getting C name, P name, quantity and product date. I don't want nail to appear here. I don't want to choose the product name nail. So what I'm going to use, I'm going to use the where clause with the join operation. So I have given the condition join product P on this, where P dot P name not like the nail has disappeared. The same thing I can do with the statement using which doesn't use the actual join command, which actually use the where clause. How can I do that with the where clause? This was the same thing we had done with where clause. Just put an end P dot P name not like nail percentage, and you get the same result. Here it is. Okay, now we proceed on to joining on multiple columns. We have joined we actually have joined up to three tables, but on the one column. What we did, we joined X order table with the customer table on C number column. We joined X order with product table on the P code, but we can also join on the multiple columns, provided those are common among the two tables. So to demonstrate that situation, I create another table, and the name of that table would be, I have forgotten, so I'm listing my all tables which are there in this database. That is none but shipment, right? I'm going to show you the instance of this table. star from these are the fields in the shipment table: C number, P code, order date, okay, shipment quantity, and then shipment date. And if I look at the X order table as well, I find that C number, P code and OR date are common between the shipment table and between the X order table. Right? This is a new table, shipment, and I have given the code to create this table here in these nodes. Here they are. Create table shipment. This way you are going to treat them. It's going to contain 3 foreign keys. One is C number, another one is P code, and the third one is OR date. Okay. So now we want to join these two tables, X order and shipment, on multiple columns, right? See how can I do that? Select O dot C number. Needless to mention, O alias I am using for X order table. So select O dot C number, comma, O dot P code, O dot this OR date, comma, S dot this from which table? These three things we are selecting from the X order table. From X order, comma, S dot shqty, comma, S dot shdt from X order. And needless to mention that we are using the alias O for the X order table. Join on join. What is the name of the table we are going to join? Shipment. And the alias we are using for shipment is none but S. On O dot C number equals to S dot C number, and O dot P code equals to S dot P code and O dot OR date equals to S dot and done. All the common columns we have specified at the condition for join. Unknown column OD हो गया, वो OR है वो. And here is the result. Okay, we can do the same thing using the where clause as well. Look at this. Shipment S where these are the conditions we have specified in the where clause. Enter, and we have got the same result. So whichever ways appears convenient to you, you can use. If you are comfortable with the join command, join on command, you can use that. If you are comfortable with where clause, you can use that. I have told you both the ways. This was how can we proceed to join two tables on multiple columns. Always remember, if we want to join two tables, the tables must have at least one common column. Okay, I've created few more tables. One is that is my EMP table. It creates ID and name. Next one is the salary table, which consists of the salary code of the employee, which are given in the employee table. Last table is this is for the status of employees. For example, 101 is clerk and 101 is 7. Okay, and considering these tables, I have given a question for you on join. Okay, you are supposed to answer the question on the classroom by today evening only. Are you getting me what I said? Hello? No one is responding. Hello, you there? My voice is reaching to you.
Yes, sir.
What did I say? What is to be done today?
Question you have uploaded on classroom have to be submitted on today.
Question is not uploaded on the classroom. Notes are uploaded on the classroom where a question is there, and you have to answer it by today evening. Okay, it's based on the join. So for further forms of join, we will be relying on these three tables which I have just shown you. One is EMP, the other one is salary, and the third one is status. We shall be continuing our discussion in the next class on join with the help of these three tables. Whatever we have executed today, that is known as inner join. In the next class, we will be talking about the theta join, outer join, and some other forms of join, self join, natural join. Okay, all those we will be discussing in the next class. By the way, thank you very much.